To start with, we will create, as always, a new application, a new multi-device FireMonkey or FMX application. Click New Multi-Device Application, and of course a blank application, and that will be sufficient for now. And once it is created, we need to put a button on this. Let's put a button, viewed, and here we have. Let us make its size a bit bigger, and let us change its name from button 1 to BTN movable, and let us change its caption or text from this to move me with mouse, and let us, it's okay. Let us change this form name to FRM main, and this caption to Delphi tube, move components at runtime with mouse. And let us save them all, and click Save All. And for unit we will name it FRM main. U for unit, we cannot name it only FRM main because our main form already is named FRM main. And so for example, if we try to save it, it says the project already contains a form module named FRM main, so we cannot name it FRM main. So we name it as FRM main U for unit. So this will be our name, and then for project, save all, and for project we will say Delphi2 underscore new underscore components at runtime. You see, application name is also an identifier. That's why it cannot contain spaces. Project cannot contain spaces. So this is so. So we save it and let us run it. But first, let us make it a bit better place. White with object. These things are removed, so we have only this thing. So if we run in this, nothing exceptional will happen. It will be just a regular Delphi application running. It's a bit slow. I will try to, yeah. So it's a regular Delphi application. Move components at runtime with mouse. Nothing. So nothing is happening right now. Okay. So for moving components, for moving this button at runtime, let us see how can we move it in the design time. For at design time, first we press left click and hold it, and then while we are holding it, this button is kind of locked or attached to the mouse, and we can move it anywhere we want. And if we release it, button will be moved there. So to move it like that, we need to respond to these events. All of them are mouse events: mouse down, mouse up, and mouse move. when we press mouse down, we will say note that we are in a moving state, and when mouse is up, note that we have to somehow note that we are not in a moving state. So, and when mouse is moved and we are in a moving state, then what will happen? Then we will check if we are in a moving state, then change move the button to new XY position. That will happen, and so that's all we need. And let us create its logic. For noting the moving state, we need a true false value, so let us have it as a Boolean. Let us name it is moving, and let us declare it as Boolean. And when we are in a moving state, we will set is moving to true, and when we are not in a moving state, we will set is moving to false. That's it. And when mouse is moved, we will see, let us make it more wider, wide full. Yes. Now here, if we are in moving state, then move. If is moving, if is moving is true, then begin and end. And for begin, we will set button btn movable, dot position dot x, assign it to x position, and similarly btn movable dot position dot y is equal to y. This is so far so good. Let us run it and see how it goes. So if we click, and so it is moving. We are able to move it, although it's not as we expect, and there are some issues with it. Let us fine tune. It's very not right, it's shivering, and this is because we are not adjusting its x and y accordingly. Let us see how to set it. So here we are only changing its x position to new x. Its x position should be relative to its previous x, so this should be. Similarly, its y position should be adding to its previous y position. That should make it better. Let us run it again, and now if we try to move it, it is moving well, but there is a little problem. For example, if we try to move it from here, our mouse automatically it changes its position to top left corner of the button. If we start here, top right, still it moves to top left. So the thing is, when we first clicked it, we should note that position also and adjust that position so that this does not happen. Otherwise, if we click here, mouse always moves to top left position, so we have to adjust it. Otherwise it is moving fine. Let us see how we will do that. When we are on mouse down, we need to note the XY position. For this, let us define start pause X and start pause Y as single. Let us note them. Start pause X, assign it to X value, and start pause Y, assign it to Y value. We noted that, and let us change. And when we are moving, we will subtract that position also. X from X, start pause X, and minus start pause Y. So this should now work fine. Let us see how it goes. Run it. Let us see. Yeah, that's now moving great. You see, we can move it easily any way we want, and it is moving fine and great. So that's all. That's how we can move this component, and it's working fine. Let us move on.